Okay, here we go. The first pick, Nelson Aguilar, was a great pick. Let me explain you why. Number one, he's a great route runner. Number two, he's going to push Jordan Matthews over the top. Him, Josh Huff, and Nelson Aguilar are going to be the best receiving corps, hands down, because their whole attitude is this: we want to win. See, everybody who Chip Kelly brought in has that attitude. They just want to win. So if you got everybody in your whole team focused on one goal, and that's to win, it doesn't matter. See, everybody get caught up in them names. But if you look at the New England Patriots, Nikovic, man, they didn't even have a number one receiver over there, and they still won. Why? Because they had Tom Brady. But Tom Brady, at the end of the day, did not win that Super Bowl. That was some guy that wasn't even highly regarded. None of us ever heard his name until the Super Bowl. Let's be real. So now, next year, everybody's going to look at him like, okay, now you're a name commodity now. So, but going back to the draft, I love it. High character guys, all focus on winning. They just want to win. And I just can't believe, even hearing them talking, I had to listen to the interviews several times. Really? Are you really saying this out of your mouth? That's like Jerry Rice talk and all the great wide receivers. People don't talk like that. They wired. They program different. Everybody who Chip Kelly brought in is all focus. And seriously, at the end of the day, all the Eagles teams that we ever had, we had all them hype names. They come there, but we just win games through the season. But none of them guys show up in the playoffs. So I don't care what you do to me these 16 games. I want to see you perform. What's the words? Pressure, bust, pipes. Bottom line. And these guys right now seem like they just want to ball out. And I love Chip Kelly. I think he's the best coach we ever had because he hold everybody accountable. He don't have no favoritism. That's where everybody need to stop doing. Favoritism does not get you wins. Yeah, you could have a great quarterback and you're like, oh yeah, we had Tom Brady. I could see everybody getting all attached to these players. But at the end of the day, what did they win? LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, yeah, they did end the season records. But in the playoffs, what did Shady do? What did... Except Macklin. Macklin is different than LaShawn McCoy and Deshaun Jackson. Way different. That's why I'm kind of happy he went with Andy Reid, because Andy Reid is that player type coach type of guy. So I like that. I like that part. But overall, I don't care about LaShawn McCoy and Deshaun Jackson. Now they with one team that got good defense. He might be alright, but wait till LaShawn McCoy got to go up in that middle and run the ball and get popped. Then you start telling me, okay, let's go. He can't dance forever, But watch what's going to happen with DeMarco Murray and Matthews this year. They're going to explode. You know why? Because Chip Kelly knows how to make people look great. They could be mediocre guys that he'll make them look great. And that's what's happening here. He just is a genius. Everybody had their best years under Chip Kelly. LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Macklin. Matter of fact, look at Jordan Matthews. He had 8 touchdowns his first season. Are you serious? So I'm just giving you a little preview of saying that I agree with the draft 100%. I think he addressed everything from the defense. The defense was the number one problem. Jeff Lurie said 2 things that need to be fixed: the X plays and the quarterback. What are you going to do if you can't move up to get Mariota? What do you do next? You fix the other problem. That was a huge problem. Get us an interception. You know, seriously, learn how to. Matter of fact, the funny thing I read, actually I've seen the video. They asked the new defensive back, what do you do when the ball's in the air? Do you whip your head around? And he was like, what? What do you mean by that? Because the Eagle players, they claimed that they wasn't taught to turn around and track the ball in the air. And I'm thinking like, well, aren't you a cornerback? Aren't you supposed to do this? Is that, I don't know about missing something. So I was laughing when he didn't know how to answer the question. He was like, what are you talking about? Seriously, yes, I whip my head around, I read their eyes and, you know, and look at their hips. That's Eric Rowe I'm referring to. Seriously, these guys, defense, and inside linebacker. Kiko Alonso, Travis Long, Kendricks, Ryan, now this guy Hicks. When D'Amico Ryan got hurt and Kendricks was not there, we had to depend on Casey Matthews. And the only reason why Casey Matthews looked good is because our defensive line is great. That's what defensive backs should do. They have a great pass rush, and they supposed to benefit from the bad plays. That, you know, the quarterback throwing too fast or throwing too high. They supposed to benefit from having a great defensive line. Those guys didn't capitalize on anything. Michael Jenkins had a couple of drops, but hopefully he'll fix that because he's great. And that's what great people do. They fix their mistakes. And I'm pretty sure with him, and I'm hoping that somebody could take that other cornerback position so that new guy, Eric Rowe, can stay at safety. Either or, I think he's going to be good. But I think I prefer him to be next to Michael Jenkins because I think they'll do great together. And I think they would feed off each other. You know, so I'm hoping that someone else can win that right cornerback, and then maybe next year we can address another cornerback who's actually a lot better than the ones that's coming out this year. I think a lot of these guys got overrated. Like, seriously, that's why I don't get caught up in the names no more. The names don't mean anything. It's like how they can translate to the next level. Like, you know. So at the end of the day, and I'll sign off on this one last thing. I think Eagles, I say minimum 11 wins. And because the offensive line part or whatever, we gotta get, hopefully we can find one of these undrafted guys and we can just, I don't know, patch them together. And I'm hoping that nobody gets hurt this season and we keep Jason Peters for at least one more year, and then we just do a high draft pick on the offensive line next year. That's what I'm hoping. So, go Birds.